Hello and welcome to a podcast on the ID bus. We are back in the studio. I have a terrible hair day, but today we are going to talk about the ID bus. I have driven a lot of variations of the ID bus. I have driven the cargo version and the passenger versions in different trims. I think I've driven four different types of ID buses throughout the last year, 2023. I have moved with it. I have even towed with the ID bus, and all the videos are available on this channel. But today I'm going to talk about the shortcomings of the current ID bus and what my hopes are and what is confirmed for the new ID bus that will come this year to both Norway and Europe and the United States, which is super exciting. First of all, the current ID bus has around 204 horsepower on the rear wheels. This is the Americans refer to this as the Euro spec ID bus, but that's the only ID bus that's available. 204 horsepower on the rear wheels with a 77 kilowatt hour battery, which results in around a little bit over 400 kilometers of VLTP range. So not class leading, and it doesn't have a heat pump. It's quite inefficient on the motorways, and yeah, it got a lot of flack on that part, but that's not where my main criticism is. I love the ID bus. I love the turning radius. I love how it drives almost like an ID4. It's amazing and it's easy to park. It can tow. It has a ton of space and it's just fun. And the interior is great. I love the upgraded interior in the ID bus. So there are so many great things about the ID bus. So the current one is a 5-seater and that's the only option. Of course you can get the 3 or 2-seater in the cargo version. I have videos with those on this channel, also for cargo hauling. But the main criticism I have, and I made a video on this criticism on the ID bus. I actually had a short-term lease on the ID bus for 3 months. But I turned it back into the dealership because of software issues. And I'll talk about this in this video. It's actually my most successful video. It has over 150,000 views. And it's the software issues. And together, software is so important in modern cars. It's so much more important than many automakers actually believe, and that sucks because the software is so important for especially an electric car, especially when you need battery management, you need battery preconditioning, but also for a user standpoint, especially when all the cars move to screens. It is important to have nice touch points, intuitive controls, even though they are on touch screens. So for example, the temperature adjustment in the ID bus, it's super clunky because the temperature controls are not lit up at all. So anyways, so that's my main criticism with the ID bus, is actually a few things. There are no rear vents for dogs. This is a dog car, so this is actually pretty embarrassing that the Volkswagen doesn't have rear vents. But that's fixed in the new version, which I'll come to very soon. And the software, of course. And the charge rate is actually pretty good. It peaks at around 180 kilowatts currently. And it has a nice curve, but not as good as the new ID7. So, the new ID bus will have 7 seats or 6 seats captain chairs configurations with a super spacious third row. It will have a larger battery, 91 kilowatt hours and 86 kilowatt hours usable. That's a significant increase in the battery size, and this is because of the long wheelbase. So you have more space for a larger battery, simply. It has new software, which I have had the opportunity to test in the new ID7, and it's amazing compared to the old one. It's still not the best in my opinion. Many people actually believe this is one of the best automotive softwares, but it's fantastic compared to the old one. And it has manual preconditioning. You can see the max charge rate that you will get at the DC fast charger. This, yeah, it's manual automatic preconditioning, max charge rate, backlit temperature controls. You can actually see the temperature sliders when you are while you are driving. So you can easily adjust the temperature while driving. That's not a major criticism on my part, actually. Now that I think about it, you set it before you drive, but it's stupid that it wasn't lit up. Now it is. It has a heads-up display available, which is great. It has a wall outlet, which means AC power in the rear, I think. I'm not sure if we will get that in Europe, but the US spec one will have a 110 volt outlet in the rear. Awesome. It has better charging performance, 200 kilowatts maximum, so that alleviates. It will have a great curve as well if we look at the ID7. So lots of cool stuff coming here. It will have dedicated rear vents for dogs. That's one of my major criticism of this car, and that's amazing. Wow, that's so cool. So now it will be the awesome dog hauler that it was born to be. It will have a giant glass roof, the new one, with electrochromatic roof. I am talking about the maximum specifications there. When you spec a Volkswagen, you will have the option to spec a cheaper car with less options, but I'm just describing all the new options that are confirmed for the new ID7. Electrochromatic sunroof, so you can turn off the sunroof with a simple button. That's really cool. It has sliding mid-row windows. The old one doesn't have that, so you can open the windows. Awesome for dogs as well, but of course it's also awesome for kids, or if you're just a group of guys and girls that are on on a road trip. It's awesome to open the rear windows. I'm so excited for this car. This is, on paper, this fixes all the problems, and I can't wait to test this car. There are new interior options. There are new colors in the interior. The interior was already pretty great, and you had a lot of options on the interior. And if you spec the interior up a little bit, it has one of, in my opinion, the best feeling materials on the seat, the white ones. It feels amazing. It feels like Alcantara on the seats themselves. Now you have an option for fake leather as well, with perforated seats for seat ventilation and massage. That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the driving specifications. So the rear-wheel drive long wheelbase large battery option in the US and Europe, which are confirmed for both markets, will have 286 horsepower on the rear axle. That's the correct axle in my opinion, because it's extremely fun. But now we also get an all-wheel drive option with 339 combined horsepower. It's not very much, but more than adequate for this bus. I thought the short wheelbase option Euro spec that's available now is a little bit underpowered, but the rear-wheel drive long wheel base with 286 horsepower should be good, even though it's a battery increase, of course, and stuff like that. But I suspect that there is a new drivetrain because Volkswagen has worked on that, but I can't confirm that. Anyways, 339 horsepower on the all-wheel drive option will probably feel amazing, and I'm pretty sure that's confirmed for both markets as well. The US spec version is not supposed to get a heat pump. I'm a little bit unsure on this point now. That kind of sucks, to be honest. It should be included in all the cars, but it's probably, it's a supply issue, right? Which kind of sucks. They need to get a new supplier for the heat pump, and they need to put it in all cars and not have it as it shouldn't be an option. It should be included in all cars. If you include it in all cars, you will give everyone a better experience, and it won't increase cost as much, since you're mass producing and you're making the process of installing this heat pump effective. And I can go on and on and on about options, but a heat pump should be standard equipment. up to 200 kilowatts charging on this new long wheelbase. It will not hold 200 kilowatts for long, but it will have a flat charging curve that we know from all the other ID cars, at least up to 80%. It has actually been pretty good on the ID Bus, extremely good on the ID7, I have heard. So I can't wait to test that. And yeah, I think the charging performance, my prediction is that it will be more than adequate and actually be very good, depending on the efficiency of the car. But this is promising, very promising from both the advertised numbers and what we have seen in production ID7s, if we can compare it a little bit to that car. Delivery in the United States is scheduled for Q3 2024 or a little bit before. So yeah, it'll probably be expensive in the United States. You will probably get the one with the most options, and you will only get that one. But I hope it will be worth it. And from the specs, it seems like it's worth paying a little bit up on this fantastic ID car. Volkswagen has been making electric cars for a little while now, and I think with the new software, they have really tuned in, and they are about to be really competitive in certain segments where they haven't been competitive before. So I assume it will be expensive in the United States, but make sure to contact your dealer to ask, because it'll go via dealerships, like Volkswagen usually does. And yeah, for Europe, we will probably get the same rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. It's a little bit difficult to get information on what exactly Volkswagen will make available here, but they have confirmed the rear-wheel drive long wheelbase. Volkswagen didn't want to confirm to me that it's the large battery, but it has to be the large battery when you have the long wheelbase. That's my prediction. And I read some other articles that said that we will also get the large battery, which is needed. Heat pump in Norway in cold temperatures. I'm not sure about heat pump in Europe. If the United States doesn't get it, Central Europe will probably not get it either. And maybe it's an option, I don't know. In Norway, heat pump is standard. We have a cold climate, but the United States also has a lot of cold climate, even colder than Norway. So it's important for Volkswagen to understand that if they want to sell this car outside California, they need a heat pump in the United States as well. That's the only gripe, but probably not a deal breaker, because yeah. If you have the larger battery, the lower efficiency in cold weather doesn't matter as much as before. But yeah, get a heat pump in there, or get an option for a heat pump, Volkswagen, in the United States. But they will probably sell 90% of these cars in California. And I hope they sell really, really well, because this car is so much fun. And after reading all the specs, I'm getting my excitement I'm so excited for this offering from Volkswagen, and I wasn't really that excited. And after testing the ID Bus, I kind of lost the excitement a little bit because of the bad software, and because of it didn't feel like a complete. They hadn't dialed in everything, but now, from what I've heard, from what I've read, I'm so excited for this car, because it can be absolutely the best EV to buy. It's a proper third row. It's a minivan. It'll fill so many gaps in the EV space. It has a ton of storage, and yeah, I can imagine so much fun colors, interior colors, and Volkswagen just needs to push this product, and it will be expensive, but yeah, I hope a lot of people will buy this product. I've heard that in Europe and Norway it'll be pre-orders in July and no confirmed delivery date, but it'll probably be 2024. I'll get my hands on one as soon as I can. Yeah, well, in Norway we got a heat pump for this car. It is confirmed on their website for Norway. So yeah, this ticks all the boxes. And in my complaint video, which I made, it's not really a complaint video, because I talk about the good sides and why I love the ID bus, why I have driven thousands of kilometers in the ID bus over the last year. Actually, both, yeah, as I mentioned, all the videos are on my channel. If you want to see this video, which actually made it really far, I have got a lot of emails and comments on the video, which got over 150,000 views, where I drive this ID bus for the last time over a mountain pass. I talk about my gripes, but you can see that when I mention all these gripes, everything is alleviated in the new specs for the new ID bus. So this ID bus, the new one, is the one car I'm most excited for in 2024. It's the only electric minivan or bus or minibus or whatever you want to call it on the market, which has proper range and proper charging and proper, it's a real electric car from the ground up, built on the MEB platform. And yeah, I can't wait to test this car. It's the one by far I'm most excited about. I hope you are excited about the ID bus as well, and I hope that you want to check out my videos and leave a comment down below. What do you think needs to be fixed with the current ID bus in the new one? Are you excited after you have watched this video and got the specs? Please let me know down below, and please let me know if you want me to do more podcast episodes like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.